I'm Adam Manis.
And I'm Peter Martin.
And you're listening to the You'll Hear It podcast.
Daily music advice coming at you.
And you might be watching the You'll Hear It podcast on YouTube because we're on YouTube today. What's up, YouTube?
We are minor YouTube sensations.
I'm going to adjust my...
We're not minors.
I do have hair here.
Oh, this guy. You got to flaunt it. You got to flaunt it. I got hair.
Yeah, that's true.
Excited to be back on the YouTubes worldwide. We are approved for worldwide consumption.
Yes.
Grade A jazz and music advice coming at you.
Yes, it's true. The internet is around the world.
It is. Not in every country. North Korea. We are not on the charts in North Korea. We're trying to break through. Very exciting. We're in the top 10 now, though, in the U.S. and worldwide for music commentary podcasts. Did you know that?
I did know that. That is super exciting.
It's
Thanks
really
to
exciting.
everybody who listens to the podcast. It's really cool.
Thank you so much. Yeah. And if you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe.
Please.
Maybe ring the little notification bell. I mean, that's not going to kill you, right?
Put the bell on.
Because we go live. We've been known to go live with interesting things in the other room.
We do go live with Q&As and things like that.
Q&As, A's and Q's. We PDQs.
Yeah.
Everything.
And also, if you're watching on YouTube, leave us a comment.
Leave us a comment.
We like your comments.
We do like, well, not all of them.
No, I even like those now. I've come around.
We've gotten some shade throw-ins, some controversy. Right. It's fun.
Go for it.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
good stuff.
What are we talking about today?
So we're talking today, kind of just, I thought it'd be fun to go through some kind of pop-ish stuff and how you get there. Funky. I mean, to me, it's never about like you play like this, you play like that. But like the way we just made that up, we don't know what's going on here. As we would not, it's a Friday here. We're just chilling. No, but I mean, like, how do you get out of just the, I mean, we love playing like that and the voicings and all that stuff. But what do you know about?
Oh, you're talking about simplifying.
Simplify and isolate. But also, kind of just talking about how you get that sound. And it doesn't have to be just a slow kind of, it can be like.
I think I know. I think you are talking about here this little gray zone that a lot of jazz pianists kind of find themselves rubbing up against, right?
Yeah.
Which is like, maybe I'm playing a top 40 gig or I'm playing a gig with a pop band. Maybe I got my whirly out and I'm playing with a singer-songwriter.
Yeah.
And I can't be all...
No. You can, but you're going to get some blank stares and some no buenos.
It's not good, right?
Yeah.
So what's a good approach to that? First of all, like we do with everything, listen. Find your pop pianist and find your pianists who play this style a lot and what you like about them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And I was just thinking like of a few simple things, and then as we started kind of going over this, I realized a lot of it has strong gospel sort of roots.
Definitely.
In terms of like, how you could do that. But just some general things that are fun, of course, okay, how do you not play, So take away the seventh, and if you're just going to try it, but you don't have to, it doesn't have to be just, it can be like, that's pretty different, isn't it?
Yeah. You're talking about that little grace note in there?
Little grace note.
Yeah.
By the grace of God goeth I.
Let's talk about some of the gospel influences that are surely in almost all pop music at this point. The first one that comes to mind, you did a little bit there in the intro, and that's using those triad pairs in order to...
1-4-1. Nothing wrong with that.
This is 1-2, right? C, we're in the key of C.
Yeah.
C, major triad, and then a D minor triad.
Oh, yeah.
And through all the inversions.
Yeah.
I
like it. Yep.
Like, that's not something that we do a lot in a jazz piano context.
No.
Right? Like, we're not playing like All the Things You Are and doing those kind of triad pairs. We're doing far more dissonant triad pairs, frankly.
Or it'd be like, the closest thing would be like, So What Voicings kind of.
Right. But we don't play anything. Yeah. We're not going to play rhythm changes and be like, as much as if we're playing, a pop tune. Like, those come in handy very quickly. So I would say get those together in all keys first, like those sort of gospel triads that you can throw in. The major triad pairs, that C major triad to the D minor is a good one, and then the relative minor, A minor to G major, can be very useful, on a minor chord. That.
And do you think about them as going to the closest, like you were going down there, so A minor, and then
G. Yep. I mean, that's one way to just learn them. But there are several ways you can practice them. To just the goal of practicing all this is to get it in your hands so that it comes out as language without having to think about it.
Yeah, because I think ultimately, it can be nice to think melodically, even as you jump down into the different voicings. And that's where I find like you can get some sort of magic area where you can throw in a lot of the jazz harmony within that,
right?
As you're in those transitional places. Even when we were back in C.
See, now here we yesterday or the last episode we did from YouTube. We my buddy, we talked about the blues scale.
Yeah.
What's up with the face though?
I don't know.
Like, we talked about our friend Warren Wolf and his major blues scale idea. This can really be handy, as we're playing these pop jams. Yeah. I use this all the time when I'm doing stuff like this.
And something I hear you do and you're writing and you're playing, and I really like doing too, is like taking the bluesy stuff, combining it with the real triad stuff, and then going to like a major 2, major 9 over the 3.
Dude, that's my jam.
That's my jam. Yeah,
I like that one. You know what I mean? This is that chord is what you're talking about, right?
Yep.
We got E, D, and G.
Would you call that a C2 over E?
That's exactly what I would call it.
And that goes nice to a 4 major 9. Oh, you went sharp 11.
Yeah, no, so this is my second favorite one is a major 7 over E, right? So like E, C, then G, B. That voicing there. If I'm going to the 4, right?
Yeah.
I love it. And then throw in Warren Wolf's major blues scale. All of a sudden
on the tonic.
Yeah.
And then I love the that's going up to the dominant 7th in the rear. So now this is one that's kind of a variation of that major 2.
Yeah, what is that?
So that's the major 7 over the 3rd. So that's like an F major 7.
Yeah.
Or you can do F major 9 over A.
Yeah.
And then this gives some interesting kind of stacked stuff. Or
Yeah. Those shapes become super cool.
Yeah.
Man, you got such a great feel for like maintaining like your jazz piano sensibility as you're playing this pop stuff.
Yeah, because I might be like
I love all the sustain pedal on it too. You're just like, one thing that I think, how do you feel about this kind of thing? We talked about this in the video we made about triads, and then you kind of alluded to it with your little scoop there.
Yeah.
But this idea of anything in the triad that we're playing, when we're playing a triad, we can borrow from a neighboring note of whatever note we're on. So any of these 3 notes can be, this works especially effective in triadic sort of pop music. As long as you're not messing with anything under the melody, I think it's cool to kind of create little melodies.
Yeah, because you got so much more space and attention there. Yep.
All of these neighbor notes is what we'll call them. Any note that's to the neighbor of one of the notes in the triads, I think is fair game. And you can use little scoops.
Yeah, scoop it up.
Think about how a guitar player, uses a hammer-on like that. Oh, the monk hammer. We got the monk hammer.
I have no idea why this became a prop.
Yeah, Andrew's been calling that the monk hammer. Yeah, just a hammer next to
Monk is laughing at us because of our substandard playing here, and there's a hammer there in case he wants to get.
I would love to hear Monk playing on some like triadic '90s pop music. I think that'd be amazing.
He'd be all over it. So the other thing I was just thinking that what we were just talking about, that's a way to get to sneaking in some major 7s. Like you don't want to be like, but you could be like.
It's all about using your ears. It's all about having intention behind what you're doing and making sure that your audience is aware that you're going to take them somewhere safe.
Come to my safe space, baby. It's all in the open. There's a safety net waiting for you. I don't know what that is.
One more thing that I think you can think about, just as we think about mimicking, and a lot of this, because pop music is so guitar heavy, is mimicking guitar sounds. Like one thing you can experiment with is trying to voice like maybe a guitar player would voice, like with kind of an open sound, right?
There's certain things
right, like mimicking the open strings of a guitar voicing.
Do all that, what you do in the left hand. No, you see, they can't do that. The left hand? Oh, you're just talking about
the right hand,
yeah,
kind of like, how it's like you have the open, especially with the 4th on top. That's how guitar is set up or whatever. But
get your capo going, baby.
That's right. Yeah, I wish we had a capo. Actually, Some things not to do. I hear a lot of cats doing. That's the transpose button.
Oh no.
Come on, get it
No
together.
bueno.
All the keys, bud. You got it.
So let's talk a little about sus chords, because this is another way to get a little jazz street cred. And you know, a lot of the pop and gospel guys and gals like trying to like they look at it maybe a little different than us. They're like, how do you infuse that jazzy? What do they call them? The slick, not what like the slick chords and the sticky. What do they call them? They've got all sorts of. You don't know about this?
I don't know where you're going with this, man.
It's like salty chords, something. You don't know what that is? No, come on, man. Why are y'all looking at me like that?
Pretty chords? What are you talking about?
Pretty, but there's something else that they say. Here, talk about it. Play some chords for him. Play some of what I'm talking about. I'm gonna look it up for you. Stingy chords?
Stingy chords? I think that's more like.
That's.
Oh, I got Alex. Oh, we got him.
We have literally the most unprofessional audio engineer.
Oh my gosh.
You know,
he just laughs.
And up until recently, he was, at least his work was very professional, but he actually lost one of our episodes, apparently. Didn't he?
He
So
did.
not only is he unprofessional in terms of, yeah. No, but you know what I'm talking about. It's like the, what do the gospel guys call the super slick, you know, like when it's like, you know, they're like, oh, the sticky. Come on, keep playing, man. I'm gonna find it. Gospel.
I'm gonna vamp here for you because I want you to turn this around.
I got you, man. Oh, and I'm gonna find it, and you're gonna be like, yeah. Not passing chords. R&B chord, no. Jazz, gospel passing chords. You should know. Okay, tell them what they're doing though, man. That's some sweet.
I'm
sweet
not doing
and
anything
slick.
we haven't already talked about.
Yeah, but break it down for them.
I'm not gonna break it down. I think we should talk about maybe some things not to do. Like, number one, don't go on a deep Google search in the, middle of a,
no, you gotta find it now. Come on,
of a
isn't this
podcast.
interesting to watch on YouTube as I try to find this? Man, when I say it, I'm telling you, you guys are gonna be like, oh yeah.
I do think that this is an interesting
Sick, slick R&B chords. Yeah,
of course.
Not really
yeah.
Okay.
Well, when we find it, we'll definitely add it to the description of the video.
neo soul chords.
That's what you were looking for the whole time?
No, but that's the closest I can find right now.
Oh my
Sickest
gosh.
chords. Come on, man. It's kind of neo soul. I don't know. No?
Maybe. It's close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Till tomorrow.
you'll hear it.